In the mission Clean Getaway, the game tells you that you can perform what's called a stun punch, a special one-hit knockout move on unsuspecting targets. Except, this feature doesn't actually exist anywhere else in the game outside of this mission. You can't do it to any NPCs or police officers, but there is one person you can do it to, which is this doorman outside this club. So yeah, a very early gameplay mechanic which I guess got forgotten about. During the cutscene for the mission No Love Lost inside of Mikhail Faustin's house, there's an extremely important exchange between Niko and Faustin's bodyguard. Now, what's so important about these two people meeting face to face? Well, unbeknownst to Niko, he's staring straight into the face of the man who would end up becoming the wedding assassin at Roman's wedding if you choose the deal ending.
Niko, really? Yes? A gift from Dmitry Raskolov.
During the mission The Holland Play, Niko is given a decision: kill Playboy X or kill Dwayne. The right thing to do, as many would agree, is to kill Playboy. But Niko obviously agrees with this as well, because if you do choose the option to execute Dwayne, Niko will look away from him when he pulls the trigger. No matter how many lives Niko has taken, he cannot face the fact that he's selling himself out for money just like the man he's searching for. In Blood Brothers, when you're given the choice to either assassinate Francis or Derek McReary, you can ring Francis while on the rooftop, and a secret exchange will occur where Niko negotiates more money to take out Derek.
Just a second here, Derek. I gotta speak to one of the sergeants. Hey, what's the problem? I thought you were gonna make something happen for me.
I'm not so sure about it.
What's gonna make you sure? You want me to give you a raise?
That might help.
Alright then, call it a bonus. Make this happen.
Ultimately though, the choice still remains yours. There's a bloody footprint in the game files which features the Rockstar Games logo. Sadly, no matter what shoes you put on, the footprint is never actually present in the game. In the Weasel news video uploaded by Rockstar Games themselves, the date says 2009, meaning GTA 4 might actually not be set in 2008 where the game was released, which means that GTA 4, aside from GTA 2, is the only Grand Theft Auto game which technically takes place in the future. As you can see here, it confirms that the bank robbery also happened in 2009. In GTA 4's trailer, we saw this scene outside the ferry depot, and in the skies we can see it's populated with seagulls. In the final game, the only birds to exist are pigeons, and they serve as hidden packages, unable to fly and pretty much serving no purpose. However, this is really interesting because what you might not know is that there are birds in GTA 4, and you can get these exact birds to spawn. You have to come to the ferry depot at a very specific time. If you just wait here all day, eventually you'll see the seagulls appear, and once a certain time has been reached, the seagulls will then disappear. Very, very odd. A strange sound effect will play occasionally before you receive a phone call or a text when driving in certain vehicles. This is something that actually used to happen in the early 2000s, and I remember it very clearly myself. If you're old enough to remember this, then click like down below. As you may know, cops can sometimes steal vehicles to pursue you if theirs is destroyed or too far away. If the stolen vehicle happens to be an ice cream truck, it will actually play the ice cream truck jingle when they're chasing you. In the Ballad of Gay Tony, when using nitrous on a fast vehicle, if you brake while the nitrous is active, you'll notice that the brakes start to overheat, glow red hot orange and start to smoke. In Funland, GTA 4's shut-down theme park, it features a bin shaped like a hippo. In fact, there's several of them dotted throughout the entire park. These are actually the same assets reused from a previous Rockstar game called Manhunt. If you try calling Mikhail Faustin after Niko has assassinated him, you'll hear a brand new voicemail left by his wife.
Elena Faustin, if you are looking for Mikhail or wanting to collect on a debt, then please look elsewhere. My husband is dead. Show Anna and I respect by leaving us be.
The street artist easel drawings found on Happiness Island and scattered across the map are actually allegedly concept art for GTA characters from previous games. While riding a train, the game usually locks the camera, showing a cinematic camera sequence instead of letting you look around. But if you pull out your phone and access your phone's camera, you can actually explore the interior and look around. Speaking of trains, if you try boarding one with a 3-star wanted level, you'll see a message saying that the cops have stopped the train. At 4 stars, trains will not stop at the train station at all. Did you know that while Niko is working for the UL paper, if he reaches a 3-star wanted level or higher and then manages to escape that wanted level, the ULP will sometimes call him about his criminal activities.
I've been taking a lot of heat for you, Niko. Start doing me some favors.
I'll start doing that when you start doing me some.
In a way, it's basically implying that the UL paper has been watching over you and basically getting you out of trouble whenever you get in trouble with the law. You know what Rockstar Games are really good at? Hiding adult jokes in places you never would think to look, like this bowling alley sign, or, for example, take this mini golf course. When you look at this golf course from above, you start to realise the true nature of Rockstar's humour. Now I see it. Rather than taking a friend to play pool at the numerous bars across the map, did you know that you can use a much cooler table inside of Playboy X's mansion? Obviously, in order to do this, you need to own the mansion, so you need to have killed Playboy X in the story mode, but after that, you can take your friends to the mansion and use that pool table instead. Have you ever tried ringing a friend's phone number when you're already hanging out with them? Probably not, but if you do, you'll get a unique voice line where Niko admits he's just playing around with the phone.
Yeah, I'm busy. Call me back.
Oops, my mistake. Oh, that's just me messing around.
NPCs that have recently visited an ATM machine will drop a lot more money than NPCs you see walking on the streets otherwise. The best way to earn cash off of the floor is by locating an armoured van and blowing it up, which will scatter cash everywhere. In the game files for the Ballad of Gay Tony, there's a drivable wrecked police cruiser. I'm not sure exactly what purpose this vehicle actually serves, but there's many theories out there, with some saying that it was supposed to be used in a cutscene. If you have bloodstains on your vehicle, don't worry, because you can simply steal a fire truck and use the hose to wash it off of the vehicle. Or if you're too lazy to do that, just wait until the game starts raining and you'll notice that the rain washes the blood away as well. In Ashley from the Lost and Damned's apartment, you can find this orange hoodie with the number 12 on it. Now this hoodie is actually really iconic. It's the same hoodie worn by the famous 12 orange pedestrian in GTA San Andreas. And if those words meant absolutely nothing to you and you're still not sure exactly what I'm talking about, let me play you some of the most famous lines that came out of the orange 12 pedestrian in GTA San Andreas.
You like my asshole always holding up shit. I smoke cause it gives me knowledge. You still wearing prison issue, man?
It's actually possible for Niko to knock himself out by throwing items. In this example, you can see I found a brick on the floor. Yes, you can actually send yourself to the hospital. In First Date, you're instructed to take Michelle bowling. You can also complete the mission by taking her to play pool, darts, comedy shows, and plenty more activities. Obviously, none of these really make any sense, considering the bowling alley is the closest to where the mission takes place. Destroying Roman's cab during the mission Bleed Out will cause a unique mission failed cutscene to play.
My cab! Nico, the cab is fucked! Come on, you piece of crap, start!
Screw money I owe the Albanians. Paying for the cab will be a lot harder. See you later, cousin.
In the Elisabetta mission called Have a Heart, Elisabetta shoots Manny and his cameraman. However, it seems that the cameraman might not actually be dead.
What? It's just a gun.
The gambling meeting that Roman enters at the beginning of the game is never actually seen inside the interior. Nico is instructed to stay inside the car and wait, then phone Roman when he notices any trouble. However, if you were to enter the room, you'll see it does in fact have an interior with a table and chairs and even a television, which makes you wonder if this was ever planned to be used as an interior we could enter. The Noose Troopers were originally planned to have the ability to drop down from helicopters and rappel in order to attack the player or get to strategical positions. Now, this doesn't exist in the final game, but we have uncovered dialogue in the game files, and in one mission called The Snowstorm, another Elisabetta mission, you can see the Noose Troopers abseiling down. Gay pedestrians have a female scream when they're attacked. In the mission where Brucey asks Nico to set up a dating profile, Nico begins to read his biography.
I am a vulnerable guy who needs to be held by big, strong arms. Yeah, you got to be kidding me.
However, if you find Nico's profile in-game, you can read the rest of the bio if you want. In the mission Clean Getaway, Vlad and Nico encounter a homeless man who asks for $1. Vlad treats him like dirt and the man scutters away. However, this is the exact same bum who ends up finding the diamonds in the final scene of the Ballad of Gay Tony, where he then becomes a millionaire and plans to open a gun shop in Vice City. When you zoom in on the cell phone camera, you will notice that it becomes pixelated the closer you go in. Also, don't think about taking photos of the girls in the clubs, because if you do, the bouncers are definitely going to come and kick you out. The plaques found inside of the museum have pretty hilarious messages written on them. Pause the video if you want to read this one. I guarantee you'll get at least a slight laugh out of this one. Grand Theft Auto 4 is rated the third highest rated video game of all time on Metacritic. Dan Houser says that Grand Theft Auto 4 is his favourite GTA game he ever wrote. It just goes to show how amazing this game truly was. The captain of the platypus ship is named Zorba. He's never seen in game apart from this one cutscene where you see him through the front window. Shortly after the platypus docks in Broker and the crew has been disembarked, a few days later, his body is found floating in the Humboldt River. In the game's official launch trailer in the United Kingdom for the Xbox commercial, we can see Nico walking in various places throughout the city. One location he's seen in is this adult shop, but the thing I want to point out is that this character walking next to Nico is Eddie Lowe. Eddie Lowe is the serial killer that you can find in GTA 4. You might not have ever noticed this, but there's a sign outside of the car washes advertising a discount for taxis. Usually it costs $5, but if you take your taxi through the car wash, it only costs $3. One of Johnny's patches on his jacket reads, "I rode mine to Los Santos in 2004, which means that Johnny was in San Andreas in 2004. In the mission Call and Collect, if you push the blackmailer into the water and then finish him off, Nico will tell Francis over the phone that he's unable to give him the photos, and will explain it's because they're buried in the river.
Tell me you got the stuff.
I don't. but no one else does either. They're under the water along with the guy that had them.
Oh, that's a weight off my mind. You don't need to be worried.
There's a mysterious girl on the dating website called Undercover Lover. It seems like she might actually be a celebrity, because it seems like the exact same face can be found on this magazine in Nico's apartment. So maybe this girl is literally doing undercover dating. According to the game, Niko Bellic is only 30 years old. He looks way too old to be just 30, but his LCPD database states he was arrested for GTA in 2008. Usually, the only thing cops will drop is their weapon once you've taken them down. However, that isn't strictly true, because police can also drop something else. The police officer will actually drop money. Now, the way in which you can get this to happen is if you wait by an ATM machine for a police officer to use it. If you spawn Michelle as your bodyguard using a trainer, she will attack anyone who attacks you. However, if this happens, she has a unique voice line where she says this.
I don't think I've ever hit someone before.
Now, my final fact of the day is that I'm going to be making these videos for GTA 6. I got you there. Well, anyway, it's true, so if you want to stay ahead of the curve and subscribe to the channel while you're at it, to see these kind of videos when GTA 6 drops, then go ahead and subscribe. That would really help me out, and I'm on a journey for 400k before GTA 6 drops.